As requested, the forge is dark, and the workshop is empty. I hope you are able to make a visit soon. Lord Celebrimbor.
Look at that face he made. He's just got that face. That was funny, that face he made. He's got that face on him. He's like, oh, this guy's lying to me. He just knows it. That was kind of a funny face he made. Just like, oh man. Wouldn't Celebrimbor have the ability to stop Anatar? Also, wouldn't it be pretty obvious to tell that the forge is still functional and working, even from like a distance from the city? Isn't it like a massive forge and stuff? So he'd be able to tell pretty quickly. I feel like Celebrimbor or a Gilgalad here, I feel like he would immediately be like, no. You know? Like, I know you're lying. Come on, what are you doing?
Our armada is ready to depart. What are we waiting for? Adar's army grows stronger by the day.
How do you know that?
Invade, we must...
What the hell? What the hell? What was that? What the heck was that? That looked like some kind of old World War II footage. What in the world? Look at this again. It looked like something you'd see on a 70s TV. Like a bomb went off in World War II. Look at this. Look at that. What is that? It's like they're watching it on a retro TV. That was not good. Oh, here they are running back. Why'd you take your cape off? What is this? What is the... What is this? We got like 60 seconds of elves, and now we're back to the dwarves again? What was that? Please tell me they're about to immediately cut back, because that was... What are they going to do? What in the world?
From the beginning.
I know I did.
What was that? They had Gilgalad, Swiss cheese, standing there having this vision of World War II, and then they zoom to the shot of Elrond running and throwing off his cape. The whole thing lasted for like 60 seconds. Now we're with the dwarves. This show has got to stop doing that. It is just chop, 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 scatter around, flip around. It's like it's chopped beef. What are we doing here? Why even show it? It's like, oh wow, that's interesting. Oh, chop to the next scene. I brought up the Acolyte before. They did the exact same thing in the Acolyte. It shows very laziness, and just what it shows is that whoever produced this and edited all this, they don't believe in it. They don't believe in you. They have to cut it up and shorten every single scene to constantly try to trick your brain into staying interested, because none of these characters are interesting. None of these events are interesting. So they have to chop it up like crazy and move it around so that, you know, it's like a TikTok video. This show is like a $1 billion TikTok video. That's all it is. It's crazy.
And this, it feels somehow like cheating.
I think he knows a thing or two about wielding power.
That kind of power would test even the most virtuous of dwarves. I pray your father keeps his path true.
I don't understand Disa's point here. When they were in Eregion, Durin was the one complaining, saying, hey, I don't trust these rings. And Disa was like, bamba, bamba, bamba. And we should maybe try them if it even has a hope of saving our civilization so we can eat salads again. Lo, ho, woe, and behold, it saved your civilization, and now you can eat salads again, and the sun is coming in. And she's the first person, immediately, she was looking at that other fat broad, and she was like, oh, bumba, bumba, bumba. And now she's like, just, you know, blah, 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 blah. And she's upset about everything. And it's like, weren't you the one pushing this and saying this is great and stuff? And now she's like, oh, man, I'm not sure if I trust this. It's so wishy-washy, not consistent with what our motivations were, I think literally in the last episode. Durin should be the one saying this stuff. Are they about to switch scenes again? I swear to God. This scene has gone for 60 seconds. Okay, alright. At least they're going to keep it with the dwarves. Hey, there's another Palantir.
200 for a bloody rock.
It's a tune.
The king's new law. For every coin spent, another goes to the crown. Ring tribute, he calls it.
This
Taxes.
is gonna be girl's birthday now.
The ring is evil now. It has to be evil because it's causing him to do taxes. Taxes are theft. All taxes are theft. Alright.
Next week.
Isn't he the prince? He should be able to avoid anything. Why do you want that? It's a bowling ball that's been cracked.
I'm so sorry to be in your way. No, I don't.
Look at that big old leg. Oh, you ain't gonna fit in there, sweetheart. I can see it now. She's standing in front of this water and the Balrog shows up. Who are you? And then they become friends. It's like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. And Rimuru's in there in that tunnel. And he comes across, what was that dragon's name? Gordea or something? What was that dragon's name that he came across? It was some kind of dragon name. And this dragon's behind the wall. And then the dragon's like, no, I'm just lonely. And here I'm trapped. Can you imagine the Balrog showing up and he's in like chains? Wait, big old woman, do not leave. I'm just lonely. That would be great. It wouldn't surprise me. Come into an underground cavern. The marketplace was like literally 10 feet away. How far did it roll? What is she doing? It's 5 feet in front of her. Did she have to do that? It's literally right there. I swear to God, is it the Balrog? What was that? Is that the Balrog?
Emissaries of the Seven Dwarven
Isn't the Balrog supposed to be like deep underneath the earth? So the Balrog in this cavern heard her singing. This cavern that's like 10 feet away from their marketplace? Alright.
I have gathered threatens all our kingdoms.
Hold on, I missed it. Are these the other Dwarven lords? Let me go back real fast.
Emissaries of the Seven Dwarven realms.
Okay, so there's 7 Dwarven
I have
realms.
gathered you all here today
These are
because
emissaries.
Middle-earth is changing. Its limbs are stretching. Its bones creaking.
Its balls are dropping.
Some dark will, with the help of a power that'll change everything.
Look at that guy, just all grins.
7 rings.
7 rings, 7 lords. I gotta tell you, I'm unimpressed with this set that they've designed here. I think even during the 3rd, it would be during the 4th. It's his son. Him and Disa's room where they were sitting at that table and the fire was behind them. I think that was even more impressive than this room. It looks really small. Like this table should be massive. And it should be filled with so much more. And hold on, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this king makes 6. Where's the 7th guy? Where's he at? Because he's sitting in this chair. Got 1 here, 2, 3, 4, and then Mr. Smiley. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the Durin here makes 6. Where's 7? Where's the other guy? Did they seriously miscount, or is he running late?
The rings are not for you.
What the hell?
For your masters.
Yeah,
I can tell them that
he just reached out and just tried to grab it. So these aren't the Dwarven kings. These are just their emissaries. I guess that makes sense.
but it comes with a price.
That's not too surprising. I suppose dwarves are greedy by nature. I don't know, I say that. I did hear that, you know, well, I remember watching it in the Lord of the Rings film. They dug too deeply, too greedily. Galadriel says that. So the question I have is, were they greedy because of the rings? Or did the rings just amplify their greed? Where was the seventh guy? They only showed 6. I will say this other thing too. It's a compliment. Told you guys I'm going to try to look for the positive things in the compliments. I like this theme of the dwarves. Most of the themes and the soundtrack in this series are bland and generic. Like, it's elevator music to me. It's just generic fantasy music. The dwarven one sticks out. This dun 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 dun. I kind of like it. You know, it's starting to get catchy. I do. I think it's pretty good. I wish they had more. I wish every different segment had this kind of catchiness like it did in The Hobbit and in the original films. Oh my god, the soundtrack. Just, my god. Just listen to the soundtrack on YouTube of any of those films, even some of the Hobbit stuff. Like, wow, it's just insane.
There is gold right beneath us. But delving much deeper. Who set these restrictions?
But it's not about gold. When Gandalf, whenever I remember the scene in, I believe, yeah, it was in the Fellowship. It's in the extended edition, and he's walking through Khazad-dûm with the Fellowship. He's, it's only in the extended edition. As he's walking, he opens up the light, and he tells the rest of the people that are following him, the Fellowship. He says, the wealth in Khazad-dûm, something, was basically not in gold or riches, but in mithril. Mithril is, you know, the way they've twerked it in this show and make it this life-saving thing is kind of stupid. But the wealth was in mithril, and Gandalf lifts up his staff and shows these deep mines that were all mithril veins. So, I feel like it should be mithril instead of gold.
You did say.
What is it?
You took it off.
What is it? What have you done with it?
It's there, sire. You took it off.
So the ring is evil. Like, it's solidified. The ring is evil. I even think I heard whispers coming from it. So, and he even immediately got angry when he didn't see it, and he looked at this guy and he's like, "What did you do with it?" That's what the One Ring would do to people. The One Ring would make people paranoid and lust for it and desire it. And if they felt someone else took it, they would become enraged. That's what it's that. So this ring is evil. That's what they're saying. The ring's pure evil. And he's like obsessing over it.
Stop.
Look at those dwarves.
There's something under the mines. Disa heard it.
What? Why did the dwarves leave? Why? Why did the two guards? Did they just give up? Oops, I hit my microphone. Did they just give up? They were just like, we don't care. They saw Durin the Fourth come in, and they just left the room. Why did they leave? And this other guy stuck around.
Yourself, a nameless evil, ancient and powerful.
What?
You mustn't dig.
How would he know that? Look at this guy. He's like, what the? How would he know it's an ancient evil? All she heard was a growl. It could have been like a, I don't know. It could have been something else. Ancient evil. How would he know? Like, oh shit.
I can see it.
He's lost his mind.
Shaft. We have barely taken a thimble from the ocean of our riches.
You see his face. He's like, oh, we're screwed. There's no way we're getting out of this. We're so screwed. And we're back to Eregion again. Yeah, so it turns out the rings are just pure evil, especially the gumdrop ring. So if the gumdrop ring is evil, and it's turning the dwarf evil, then without a doubt, the one Galadriel has must be evil, and it's making her more evil as well. As well as, what is it? Swiss cheese Gilgalad. It has to... They're all evil. Everyone in this show's evil. The rings are evil. Everything's evil. So yeah, we've got that scene with the dwarves. So they're gonna dig not for mithril, not for more mithril, but for gold. All right, let's do it.